I wanted to talk about the Best Game You Suck At award, which is apparently a Steam award, which I don't really know much about Steam awards. I don't typically pay attention to any awards for anything because, like, I don't really care. I like what I like, and I'm going to like Sulfur, whether it's me and a dozen people that like it or me and 1 million people that like it. But I wanted to talk about not just this award, but all the awards and check them out because I never really give these things like any kind of anything. I don't know, but I started reading this one just because like I can't get enough of Sulfur content in general. Sorry, I got to keep this open in case my wife messages me. And I was curious to see exactly what this award was because it's a very strange name award. Best Game You Suck At. You know, it's a bit backhanded, but it's light, it's fun. It's fun, and you know who's not light right now? Me. I had way too much Thanksgiving dinner. I don't go to Thanksgiving starving. Everyone says to skip breakfast, skip lunch, and just go in starving. No. This sucks. I feel just euphoric and terrible at the same time. I feel like if you threw me in a pool, I would drown and be happy. None of this is good. It hurts so much. And for someone with lactose intolerance, I sure grab way too much mac and cheese every time I get the chance. But yeah, I want to look at this and the rest of the awards, and I'm going to be honest, every YouTube video you've ever watched, there is a bias and there is an agenda, and my agenda is to spread the word of Sulfur and the fact that, yes, it does deserve to get its flowers, because this game is not like other indie games. Well, there are plenty of good indie games that come out every year, but there are so much worse than Sulfur. Sulfur is gone above and beyond my expectations at every turn. I have receipts, not that I'm proud of them, 175 hours, and it came out at the end of October. So about a month ago? Let me see. Let's clarify. Exactly a month ago today. So this is a bit of a anniversary, a 1 month anniversary. I'm surprised the devs didn't say anything. Maybe they did, but they don't use the alert or the announcement channel at all. That is just not used. The last announcement in the Discord was 1 month ago. I think you should celebrate 1 month. That's just me. I don't know. But yes, I can promise you that Sulfur is so much more than just an average indie game or even a good indie game. It's one of the best games I've ever played, personally. If you're still on the fence on buying it, again, I'm going to get the bias and the agenda out of the way. Yes, you should buy it. That is my personal opinion. I made a video on should you buy it or not, and by the time I finished recording it and started editing it a little bit, I was like, I don't need to do this. I think I am very upfront about my feelings about this game. There's no disguise. There's no backhanded compliments. I absolutely adore this game, and I think the Best Game You Suck At is a perfect award for it because this game, I guess we'll just get the whole should you buy thing out of the way right now. Yes, this is the game that is going to challenge you. It's going to make you feel like I didn't want to play Dark Souls, but now I can't stop. That's the vibe it got for me. I've never been a big fan of Dark Souls or any of that kind of like overly aggressively hard gameplay. But this game is hard and it makes everything hard, and I love it for it. Oh, excuse me. I am actually dying at the moment. So about halfway through this, I'll get wheeled out into the paramedics, and then we'll finish this video in about a week, which should be... Was it the 4th? Okay. Well, that sucks, because I think you have until December 4th to lock this in, but I'm yapping way too much. Let's get into the award, because there's something I saw on here that I actually resonated with me a lot, and it shows the passion that Perfect Random puts behind Sulfur, and I wanted to give some praise to that. So yes, please go nominate this game for whatever they tell you. And we'll look at all the other games, and we'll probably nominate some choices there too. Am I signed in? I'm signed in. Okay, so it says, calling all Sulfur fans, to you who have faced the challenges of Sulfur or witnessed hard-earned victories after countless tries, we need your help. We would be honored to have your nomination in the Best Game You Suck At category for this year's Steam Awards. Sulfur was built for those who thrive in darkness, rewarding persistence, skill, and that just one more try spirit. Think of every run where you were so close to dying, and then finally you did. You did it. Sorry. It could go either way. That's what Sulfur is all about. If our game has tested your limits and become one of the toughest you've ever loved, we'd be honored to have your vote. Nominate Sulfur now and show the world what it's all about. it was mostly this section right here. That is exactly the vibe you get from this game, is you try and you die and you try and you die and you keep trying and keep dying and eventually you get the hang of it, and then the game is just so rewarding even after you get the hang of it. It's not like, I got it, I'm good at it, I'm going to hang up my hat and I'm going to walk away. No, they implemented systems that make you keep going. They implemented goofy guns. You get to take revenge on all the piece of shit goblins, townsmen, people, things, everybody who did you wrong. You just get to blast them with rockets and bouncy bullets and tandem oils and shockwave storm barrages. It's all just so damn fun. So that really resonated with me. And I know this is a weird video. I got home dying, but I'm in such a chill mood. It was a fun night, my son's first Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for it, but I actually am. And I just wanted to go over this, and then possibly look at some other indie games we played this year, because if I think about it, I have played a bunch of indie games. At least 100 plus in just this year, which is an incredible amount, and I'm grateful for every one of them I played, even the ones I hated that I considered the worst games of all time. I'm going to F11 this bad boy. Let's clean it up. Okay, Game of the Year award. That's where we're starting. That's pretty important. So, Game of the Year, as you can see, I mostly play indie games. All the hours in Satisfactory are from when it came out, not this year. So, really weird to even consider Satisfactory a Game of the Year, considering it just went to 1.0. If that wins, were they not able to win that in Early Access? Because SULFUR's in Early Access, and they could win it. That looks like you can win Game of the Year twice, and that's weird. Yowling Mythical Journey was another game that I was absolutely addicted to. I dropped 150 hours in that, but I was starting to get bored around 100 hours, and then I kind of forced myself to keep going. It's good. It just needs more to it. It definitely needs more of like the main storyline and more stuff, and there might be that already. They might have taken care of that, but me personally, I have not gone back. Content warning, got that for free. That was awesome. Supervive, I really liked it, and then I found out there was some anime game that came out like last year that's identical to it, and that kind of put me off, to be honest. I didn't like seeing that. Like, the UI was the same, the gameplay was the same. It's not that it's a ripoff, it's just like, I don't know. And also, the big thing, I was looking for a reason to be pushed away from it, because they gave it to everybody for a week, and then they took it away, and were like, oh, we're going to do frequent tests, but didn't give anybody a time frame, and a month went by, and they finally said they were going to do it, and I was like, I'm kind of done. The vibe is gone. The super vibe is gone, and now I think it's fully out, and I haven't touched it again. It's good. It's fun, but I don't see myself going back. The finals botched everything with some of the worst performance I've ever seen. The beta was great. That's the finals? Was there like a forest level now? What the hell is that? Okay. The performance was just awful. The beta was awesome. It played really well, and then the full game came out, and it just went kaput, and I'm not down with it. But yeah, as far as content warning goes, free game, great game. I prefer it to Lethal Company. Bravo. Awesome game. That may have won it for me. But you already know it won it for me. Helldivers 2, another great game. I wish I played more of it, but I just didn't. I started with friends, and I only wanted to play with friends, and it got to the point where I wasn't really playing with anybody as much, so I didn't get around to playing it anymore. But it's a great game. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm not going to get into that, nor that one. Dungeons of Hinterberg is awesome, and you should play it. I saw some people saying it was like a, what do you call it? Where you like make it like liberal friendly. What is the term? And I use liberal as a joke, but you know, pink hair and stuff like that. It's not. It's a totally normal game. I'm totally spacing the term right now. Wokeified. It's not wokeified. It's just a female protagonist. That's it. It's weird that I saw some people say that. That's stupid. Temporal Purge Z is the best Call of Duty Zombies clone I've ever played. It's awesome. It's better than the new Call of Duty, but it needs a shit ton more content. Like a mountain's worth of content. It's still good though. The bones are great. Let Me Out sucked. Dragonborn was pretty fun. Until Oblivion is amazing but short. The hell was that? I heard a bang outside. That scared me a little bit. Until Oblivion was amazing but short and a very good experience. Played if you haven't. I'm not talking about that one. But what we really want to vote for is SULFUR, and I legitimately think that's my game of the year. As you can see, I played this more than anything. And of course, Palworld. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. If you've been following the channel for a little bit, you know that. I constantly mention Pokemon. I play SULFUR like it's Pokemon with Soulflock. So, Palworld, definitely awesome. What a weird time that was. I feel like there was just Pokemon fans coming out in troves to hate on it. And that sucks. I wish Pokemon fans didn't take themselves so damn seriously. But SULFUR gets my nomination easily, and I'll close all this out. Okay. Okay, Satisfactory's up here. I still think that's very weird. Liar's Bar was great. I thought I played more Liar's Bar, and I would not be mad if that one. Can I nominate multiple games? No. Okay, then I'm not. Then that's fine. I don't have VR, but I do have Pools, and Pools was great, so we'll vote for that. Labor of Love Award, and this is for games that... Oh, okay, there's about to be a goddamn can of worms. I hope you brought your popcorn, because there's some stuff on here that is definitely going to anger me. Please do not look at my Dead by Daylight hours. If you can, avert your eyes and maybe just use your ears for one. I have a total of 20 hours in Dead by Daylight, and let me tell you, as a seasoned veteran, that game is getting better. You didn't expect me to say that, but that game is getting better. They don't do enough, and they never will. That's just how behavior is. Behavior has seemed to got to a point where they don't care too much, but they're starting to care a little bit more. So good for that. Hunt, I left my PC on the first week I got it, and it pumped my hours up to 340. I've maybe played 10 hours of Hunt, but it is fun. Fallout 76, now that is a legit game. More than a game for me, it's a hobby. I've always been a Fallout 76 truther. I bought the Tricentennial Edition on my Xbox, played it for probably 1,000 hours there. I couldn't transfer my progress to PC, so that sucks. So I had to restart, but then I still dumped another 250, 60 hours in, and loved every second of it. So love Fallout 76. I still love Fallout 76. I think it's always had a bad rap. There was things they needed to do, and then they've done them over time, and it's an ugly side of gaming, early access done wrong, but I always thought the bones was great in Fallout 76, and I always had a really good time. So, yeah, I love it to death. I hate Fallout First. It's stupid. Overwatch 2 is, on Steam, is hilarious, mostly negative. Obviously, I played a bunch of Overwatch on Blizzard and my Switch and Xbox, and just everywhere. I've always loved Overwatch until Overwatch 2, and I'm just not going to beat a dead horse. We all know the severe problems Overwatch 2 has, and it's just a mess. Temtem cannot get the labor of love. Temtem is a fucking joke. Look, I know I've got 80 hours because the game at its core is good, but there is so much controversy around Temtem that I may just have to link a video I made on a different channel about the controversies that Temtem has had, and it's pretty shocking because the CEO started attacking their own community. It was insane. It was disgusting, and not a labor of love. Dinkum is cool. Lethal Company, awesome. That might have to take my vote, actually. Rainbow Six Siege, again, it feels weird to give a major studio labor of love, because I think they're mostly in love with money. Not that a major studio can't show how much they care. Obviously, I was jerking the dicks off of Bethesda back there for Fallout 76, but Siege, I don't know. I feel like the only thing that's keeping Siege afloat is the fact that streamers keep starting there and getting an audience there, and it keeps that game alive. Because I've gone back and played it. I almost think it's time for Rainbow Six Siege 2. It just doesn't feel as caught up to me. I don't know. It's still good, but it's not the best. Among Us is hilarious in the fact that it's in here. I don't know enough about Among Us anymore. I haven't played it since it really came out. Crab Champions is great, and actually the very definition of a labor of love, because the dude who made it is the guy who made the song, and he's been very open about just adding whatever he wants and whatever people want, and he's literally just trying to make that game around what people ask for and what they want to see out of it. And it's like I said, the very definition of a labor of love. Crab Champions is awesome if you like roguelikes that are a little bit more churn your brain off and just vibe. That's literally all Crab Champions is churn that brain off, have some fun. That's it. And listen to some good music. Gary's mom. Okay. All right, Valve. You want to chill? All right? This is like that fucking President Obama meme where he's putting a medal on himself. Get out of here. Marbles on Stream. I don't know. Marbles on Stream is fun only because you're playing with your community, but they have that weird, like, skins customization thing. I've always felt weird about that. I don't know why. It's just weird. Risk of Rain 2. Yeah, why not? Sure. Party Animals. Yes. Yes, dude. If you played Party Animals when it came out, it is so much different now. They have 3 game modes. They're planning to add more. It's becoming more of like a Roblox party game in a good way. And not player-created stuff, but they create them. They have a kart racer now that's very similar to Mario Kart. It's actually really cool. And I was kind of shook how much fun I was having with it now. I just realized when I signed up for the cats and dogs, I never got my award for cats. I think it's too late for me to sign. I think I was supposed to sign like a month ago to get my cats award. Oh, well. RoboQuest, I played a lot of this on Xbox, Microsoft Windows, and then I just recently got it on Steam because of my friend Lumen. Great game. I don't really know what they've done in terms of community side because I haven't played it too much. Sea of Thieves, for me to unpack how I feel about Sea of Thieves would just be weird. I'm going to give this to Lethal Company. Sorry, I have a disease. I don't know. The 3 I'm thinking about is Fallout 76, Lethal Company, and Crab Champions. And before we keep going, I'm just going to remind you and tell you if you haven't figured it out. This is just a conversation about indie games, and you're free to give me your opinions on your favorite indie games, what you're voting for, and, you know, throw out some love for the games. Why don't you use this comment section to attend to your own agendas and biases and get people to look at some games that they might not have otherwise. Because there's always time to talk about games, and even though Sulfur is my life right now, I love these games. If Sulfur was on Labor of Love, I would probably give it to it. But these games I think have to be at least a year old. So the thing with Fallout 76 is they had to overcome so much hate, the entirety of its lifespan, and then the Fallout TV show came out, people gave it a chance and said, oh, they've added so much, the things they promised they did. No Man's Sky went through the same thing, and No Man's Sky was given its flowers. Fallout 76 deserves its flowers. Lethal Company was just a shockwave of surprise. It was very much like Stardew Valley. No one saw it coming, and it just took over. Crab Champions, while it being a little bit of an underdog here, like I said, the developer is just really chill, man. He's just cool, and he just wants to make stuff for everybody. But I gotta give it to Lethal Company. I'm gonna take the middle route, the middle road. Hey, there's Stardew Valley. I'm not gonna look at the popular ones because, like, obviously I don't have them. I don't have strong feelings on it. Best game on Steam Deck? Didn't I already do this? Oh no, I did VR. I don't have a Steam Deck. So what do I have that's on here? Sulfur. Yeah, baby. Let's just shoehorn them in everything. All right? If you can, do that for me. Better with Friends Award. Multiplayer. So I already talked about all 4 of those games. All 4 of those games. I mean, I like Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, but it is not optimized at all. At least it wasn't when it launched. I need to see it now. But the optimization was some of the worst I've ever seen in the game, ever. And it definitely annoyed me with that. Not good. Optimization bad. Stinky, stinky bad. Hopefully it's fixed, and I can enjoy that, or either that or I'm going to have to buy some NASA-level system in order to experience a good time in that game, and that sucks. Oh Dear is a very slept-on game, but it looks like it started getting some traction. It's pretty fun. It's like 4 people pretend to be deers. There's a hunter who's trying to figure out which of them are the deers, and then at night they hunt them. It's goofy. It's just goofball time. Supermarket Together. Yeah, y'all already know what that is. That game came out. It was free, and I knew it was going to be big. I saw it was coming out, and there was like 100 reviews the first day, and I was like, no, this game's going to take off. And then a week or two later, yeah, it exploded because it's a friggin' simulation game with multiplayer that's free. Those 3 things coming together don't happen often, but when they do, you see huge success. So just do that, devs. Up to Par is sick. but apparently it doesn't get any love. It's very good. It's a roguelite mini golf game. That's all I'll say. It's very fun, but it's also multiplayer. I wish more people knew about it. Dark and Darker's good. I don't care too much for it, but it's good. Shipwrecked is sick. Oh my god, I'm actually dying. I'm going to pass away. This is the end. Hawked was fucking weird. I was going to do a video on Hawked, but it was so weird I didn't even want to do it. I'm going to give it to... I'm going to give it to Power World. I spent a lot of time in our Power World server, and I loved it. And I can't forget how much devotion I had for that for a time being. I made a bunch of videos on a different channel, how much I loved that game. Outstanding visual style. Ooh. Ooh. Now, I mentioned Yowling and how much I loved it, and that style is amazing. It's like a paper cutout style, Pokemon RPG kind of game, and the style is so clean the entire time. It's so clean. Dungeons of Hinterberg is a pretty good style too, but it's more or less just Wind Waker style. Why the fuck would Pixel Gun be in here, dude? Pixel Gun is just like any phone game style you've ever seen. No offense to Temporal Purge Z, there was some I thought, oh, but if we're talking about visual style... Oh, man. Okay, I would definitely put Until Oblivion above Yowling. I love Yowling, but Until Oblivion is carried by a really good story and just what they do with the visuals. They actually implement the visuals into the way you play the game, and it's super, super good. Just super good. Very fun. Why? What? Space Marine, oh dear. Third Eye Open. Man, that game sucked. Copycat was sick. I do need to finish my playthrough of Copycat, but I don't think the visuals at all are important. Proportions. Oh, man. Nobody played Proportions. Interesting. I thought there'd be a few people. Watch your ass. I can leak the gameplay of that game, but I may be breaking several laws. I don't know. Bloons Card Storm. Who? What? Okay, some of these, I don't know why the fuck anyone in their right mind would consider it. Oh, do I really play into my bias? The visual style of Sulfur is really good, and I've constantly complimented how they added like 800 or 900 different pieces of loot with all of their own individual design. I don't see anything else where I can really give them their flowers for the design, so I'm actually going to pull that card, and I'm going to vote Sulfur for that as well, because I think visually that game is fucking phenomenal. Hold on, let's close. It's a little cleaner if we close them. They're almost going to sweep for me. Anywhere they can be, they're probably going to be, because I can find a million different reasons. I'm in love with the game right now. It's hard for me to not have that tunnel vision. Most Innovative Gameplay Award. I don't know if Idle RPG is innovative. I do love Satisfactory, and it is a very innovative gameplay 5 years ago, but more people are playing it now, even though it's always had a lot of people. Content Warning might take the cake for me. It's cool because you make your own YouTube videos with your friends. Now, that system works like trash, and it barely works, but it's there. I don't know if the developers have kept up with it, but I hope they did, because, I mean, it is really innovative, but you lose so many files. Constantly your files are being lost, and that's annoying. The Finals is not innovative. It's just a shooter. It's just a shoot. The whole innovation behind the Finals is it's a shooter that was made well, just not optimized, and the performance is terrible, but it was made well. So, Helldivers 2, yes, it is innovative, kind of, but it kind of falls in that Finals again. It's just made really well. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. Not getting in. It's not innovative. Not innovative. This game sucks balls. Not innovative. I mean, I love Dungeonborn more than Dark and Darker, but they did rip off Dark and Darker. Like, let's be real. It is innovative. Until Oblivion is definitely innovative. Again, I'm sick of seeing this. I don't know how I played 4 hours of this game. This game sucks. Sucks. Is Sulfur innovative? Well, if you break down the inner workings of Sulfur, Yes and no. Essentially, they take the Borderlands gun system and let you do it yourself and make Borderlands-esque guns on your own. And that is innovative, but the core gameplay is just a roguelite. But it's a roguelite done right. And it feels really rewarding. And the mix of extraction shooter and roguelite is innovative. And I think it could go somewhere and take off. And more games will probably try to steal this idea. I hope they do. It deserves that. There is enough there for me to say it's innovative. I just think we need more content. And I can see through the cracks that there will be more innovative things to come. I could see them doing stuff with the melee system, additional things with the items and armor, and just guns in general. And I think there's more to come, and hopefully different gameplay aspects as well, because I know people are fearful of adding new mechanics and new gameplay systems, but I also think that helps to flesh it out a bit, and it also helps reward people that have been playing it since day one, like a lot of us. Some of us have been playing since before day one, and that's even better. And then some were even playing the demo and stuff. And it's like, we gotta reward that. And I think new gameplay systems do help with that. And if they don't ever add anything new, that's fine. That's okay. Pal World is not innovative. It's just Ark meets Pokemon. It's not innovative at all. But it's still good. So I'm torn between content warning, Until Oblivion, because Until Oblivion messes with like this typical narrative-based game and just flipping on its head, like David Lynchian style. It's really creative, but the gameplay itself isn't totally innovative. You kind of just move along through the story, but the story gets weird. The weirdness is what makes me want to say it's innovative, but I can't give it to it there. And content warning if I'm being fair, it did rip off Lethal Company. I love the use of cameras. I'm just going to pull the bias card because it's too hard. I'm just going to do Sulfur again. I don't know if it'll win that, but it certainly should win this one. This is the one that makes the most sense. You and I both agree that the best game you suck at, for one, I understand it's going off of my games, but also it looks like the finals is in popular and recommended games for games you suck at. It's a fucking multiplayer PvP game. That's a weird thing to say. Everyone thinks they're such hot shit when it comes to multiplayer games. I mean, the games try to make you think you are. That's why you have statistics and things like that. They're trying to fluff you up to buy more shit out the store. All right? You're not the fucking G. All right, but at the same time, shitting on them for that. If this wins, I'm going to be so fucking confused. If this wins the best game you suck at. This definitely belongs to something like Helldivers. Helldivers will probably take the W, even though I want it to be Sulfur. Helldivers 2 is the epitome of best game you suck at. It is very hard and very fun, even with friends, fighting kaijus and shit like that. That'll probably win it. I don't even remember Predecessor. I just remember it sucked. Dimensionals was sick, but we need way more. Did this fully come out yet? I think it did. Oh shit! I have the full game. I haven't played it since it came out because of good old Sulfur. Backrooms Partygoers is not hard. Come on, dude. Come on. You only did 2 pages on this one, and it's more like you did. It's like a page and a half. You got Predecessor right there. Why even throw this? Game isn't fucking hard. It's stupid. Sulfur, again, is the hardest game I've played in a very long time. If not the hardest game I've mastered. And I think I have mastered what we have available. And I still want to keep playing. Plenty of people have mastered it too. I'm not trying to stroke my ego here or nothing. A lot of people, the gameplay loop is so fun that you actively try to master it, and once you do, it doesn't stop being fun, and that deserves a lot of high praise. It is very hard, so if you were to get into it, you will struggle. I struggled, your mother struggled, your daddy struggled too. We all struggled when we started Sulfur, and you will as well, but it's so worth it. It's just so fucking worth it. The difficulty, it's so good. Okay, Best Soundtrack Award. Yeah, Oh, ooh, it's a tough pick. It's a tough pick. Get the fuck out of here. It's going to Sulfur, man. Sulfur has individual soundtrack. Every level has its own music, and I know people have gripes with Dungeon being too loud of music, but to be honest, I didn't even realize that until people said it. I thought that was intentional. I thought it was supposed to be like you're moving forward. Now the game is picking up and it's getting more dangerous. Rock and roll, baby. Let's spill some blood. Let's eat some animals. Rah! Let your teeth out. Like that kind of stuff. I didn't even notice it. I thought it was awesome. Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. Okay, so this is the only one I'm not going to pull my bias on. In fact, is Alan Wake 2 on? No, I did really like Alan Wake 2's. Yowling, I don't remember a single bit of the story. I skipped through the dialogue in this game and just played it. Let me out. Get the fuck out of here, you're terrible. Until Oblivion's story. The Steam games I played this year, Moon Mystery Story, not so much. Third Eye Open, this is just a game to help you learn how to spell and do math. It's dumb. This is a game completely built off of every single thing is AI, and it's terrible. Despot Zombie, the same goddamn thing. They're both terrible games. Oh, I'm not even the biggest FNAF fan, but Into the Pit is awesome. It's awesome. And the story I thought was pretty good. For someone who likes FNAF, but isn't like drooling and fighting everyone over it, I really like the story. And the visual style of Into the Pit is awesome. And it really helps to move that story along. It's a great game. Shipwreck 64, more about the gameplay than the story, but the story's still good. Copycat, the story is good, but the gameplay is better. I think it's more about the gameplay. Mouthwashing, awesome story. Awesome story. Ooh, that's tough. Mouthwashing's got a crazy, mind-bending, trippy experience of a story, and it's great. Umbral, get the fuck out of here. My Hotel, there's no story. Creepy Shift, it's too fast of a story and not impactful enough, but still pretty fun gameplay. Connection: The Nightmare Within, you're joking. Wait, what was that? I didn't play enough of this game to really see. That big monster looked kind of cool. But I know it's going to be janky as hell because the whole game is. So for me, it's going to be between Until Oblivion, Into the Pit, or Copycat. No, Mouthwashing. I'm going to give it to Mouthwashing. I've not done a single horror. No, I did 2 horror games. But I love horror games. Even genre-wise, horror games are my favorite. And I love the story behind Mouthwashing. It is very unique and weird. And I loved it. Sit Back and Relax Award. The game is the end to a busy day. Please tell me they barred Sulfur from this. No, dude. I love it to death, but it's anything but chill for the first 100 hours. You get 100 hours in, and then it gets chill. I would say Yowling's pretty chill. It's not difficult. It's fun. I'm not going to get into it. Dungeons of Hinterberg is pretty difficult. I don't think it's very chill. The style is chill and everything, but not the gameplay. Moon Mystery, too janky. This one's more goofy than chill. Elevator Warp was a big letdown. Tavern Manager, goofy for Supermarket Together. Up to par, too difficult to be called chill. Shipwrecked, it's too weird. Proportions, I don't know. Shadows Are Alive, that game sucks. My Hotel, kind of chill, actually, but more funny than chill. Galaxy Burger is literally built on stress. Liar's Bar, while it does feature a lot of sewer sliding, is pretty freaking chill. You're playing with your buddies. I've only played an hour, apparently, which I don't think that tracked right, because we definitely recorded more than an hour, so that's weird. We probably played for 3 or 4 hours, so that's weird that I only have an hour, but I don't care about that stuff. Pools is not supposed to be chill. So to me, it's either Yowling or Liar's Bar, and I think I'm going to give it to Liar's Bar, because I don't think of Yowling as a chill game. I think it is an ADHD, OCD, grinded out kind of game. So I give it to Liar's Bar. Oh my goodness. Play a game that you've nominated? Yeah, I played a bunch of them. How about Sulfur, you dumbass? Review or update your review for a game you've nominated. I'm not going to review a game. No, I don't do that. To earn level 1 of a badge? I don't review games. All right, what do you want me to review? Review or update your review for a game. Okay, how do I How do I review? Let's write a Sulfur review. Is that it? Am I done? Is it going to, like, track me? Hold on. Let's see if it'll track me real quick. We can write a Sulfur review. How do I do that? I literally never... I think I wrote a review when I first got Steam for Left 4 Dead and said, this game is historic. Okay. This game, good. Why, Dottie, love. Okay. Yes, I recommend. That's it. You know, they could update this, though. Tomato's streaming this from a fucking month ago. I don't even know what that means. What is Tomato? I'm just kidding. It's some guy, but he's not important enough for me to give a shit about. I don't. He's like a Counter-Strike player or Call of Duty player or some shit. But yeah, then we'll play a game. So do I have to refresh? Is it gonna keep my choices? Oh, it did it. Okay, so I'll be getting this badge. But either way, like I said, this was just lined with my bias, and as you could see, putting Sulfur in 3, 4, 5, 6 different categories, like 6 out of 11, over 50% goes to Sulfur, and I don't know if they're going to hit one of those awards because it is really slept on right now. But I'm hoping over time it will get the recognition it deserves, and I think the best chance, if you were to ask me, the best chance it has at getting that recognition would be when it comes to consoles, which is coming next year. I think it's going to get a big boost in people, and it already sold 50,000 or something in the first 2 weeks or something, so it did sell decently well. And hopefully people are doing their best to spread word of mouth, which is what this was. That was the agenda. That was the bias. I'm spreading word of mouth. Play Sulfur. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. If you care at all about me and my family, to play Sulfur is what I'm saying. I'm just kidding. But obviously, I don't need to say that. Why do I say it? Nobody ever needs to say you're just kidding when you're obviously kidding. My family's respect doesn't lie in the balance when it comes to fucking Sulfur. But where the hell is my head right now? Where are we? Yeah, vote for Sulfur. Because it's... Oh, yeah, so consoles. And then once eventually we finally get the multiplayer. The multiplayer is going to bring a huge boost in players. And obviously, the number one thing I've heard about people not wanting to play the game, the $25 price tag. Which you are valid in that. $25 is a lot of money, especially when you're going on a limb with some goober in a YouTube video. Who's to say I know anything about what I'm talking about? If you want my background, I've been playing video games since I've been, breathing air, and I even worked on games for 3 years. I was a game tester, moved my way all the way up, and eventually quit because I didn't like the game I was on, and I didn't want to be on anymore. And COVID hit, and I do have an autoimmune disorder, so I didn't want to work there anymore. And then a week after I quit, they started doing work from home, and I started throwing shit. That's how I deal with my rage now. No, that's not true. But either way, I have a lot of time in games and indie games, and I'm just promising you, it's a sure hell of a gem. If you play 2 hours of it on Steam and you don't like it, you can always get your money back. But you'll regret that move, friend. Just remember that. I gotta find a way to end videos because I struggle so much. I need like a gremlin, like an actual living gross being on my desk to be like, boop, just tap my stream deck, just boop, you're done. Like, stop it. You're yapping way too much. You don't know when to cut off because you don't know when to stop talking. You've always dealt with this issue, Dottie. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because they've already clicked off. You're talking to nobody, man.